I call this meeting to order. First of all, the mayor won't be here tonight. He has other business, and Commissioner Coleman is not feeling well today, so he's not going to be here either. I need a motion regarding the agenda. Have a motion from Commissioner Mazon and a second from Commissioner Long. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Okay, can we rise for the invocation by Pastor Ralph Williams from the Newberry Church of Nazarene? And stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance afterwards.
May we pray. Father, we thank you this evening for so many things. We're thankful for that. We're thankful for those who are represented in this room, as some who have given their lives for our country, some who have given their lives for community. We're thankful tonight for those who serve among us. We are particularly grateful in this setting for those who sit at this desk and make decisions that we have entrusted them to make for the betterment of this community. We're thankful to be a part of something so great as a small town that's defined by its relationships and by its values. So tonight we pray for wisdom, we pray for courage, we pray for clear thinking, and above all, Father, we ask that you would bless us. In the wonderful name of Jesus, amen.
Amen. Commissioner Clark?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hoorah. Hoorah. Okay, next on the agenda is presentations. The first is a Fire Department 30 Years of Service plaque for Jason Lyman. And he's going to be doing that presentation. Oh, it's just by Jason Lyman.
Yeah. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, Manager Marlowe. Tonight we are recognizing Lieutenant Daniel Tomlinson for an incredible milestone, 30 years of service to the City of Newberry and the Newberry Fire Department. In today's world, it is increasingly rare to see someone dedicate 3 decades of their life to one community and one profession. 30 years in the fire service means thousands of calls answered, countless nights away from home, holidays missed, storms worked, and moments where the people of this city depended on someone showing up when things were at their worst. For 30 years, Danny has been there for them. One of the things I've learned about the fire service is that not everyone who serves wants attention or recognition. Many firefighters are far more comfortable standing quietly in the background than standing in front of a room like this. I think Danny is one of those guys. But milestones like this deserve to be acknowledged, not just for the individual, but for what they represent. 30 years in this profession leaves a mark. It takes commitment, resilience, and a willingness to continue showing up year after year in a career that can be physically and mentally demanding. Along the way, firefighters gain something that cannot be taught in a classroom: experience. The kind of experience that helps steady younger firefighters, guide crews through difficult calls, and shape the culture of a department over time. It's not likely that the public will see firsthand, but careers like Danny's become part of the foundation of an organization. The Newberry Fire Department that exists today was built on the men and women who were willing to dedicate decades of their lives to it. I also want to take a moment to recognize Danny's family. His wife, Michelle, and some of their children are here with us tonight. Thank you for coming. No one serves in the fire service alone. Our families make sacrifices too. Birthdays missed, unconventional holidays, mandatory overtime, and the uncertainty that comes with this profession. Reaching 30 years of service is an accomplishment shared with those who supported him along the way. Now, Lieutenant Tomlinson. On behalf of the City of Newberry, Newberry Fire Department, and the citizens you have served for the last 3 decades, thank you for your dedication, your years of service, and your continued commitment to this community. It is our honor to present you with this shield in recognition of your service.
Thank you.
Now, I'm sure the chief told you you had to prepare a 10, 15, 20-minute speech. After you get some pictures, you'll come back. Deputy Chief, you need to jump in there too. He tried to snake out, but Danny, you got to get in the middle. Yeah. Well, you got to put the plaque in the center. Yes. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Does any family want to jump up there and get pictures with iPhones for these guys? Because we appreciate 30 years of service. The chief said it, but it is worth reiterating. That is rare these days. So thank you, sir, on behalf of the whole community. And we'll give you a minute. You don't have to sneak out. You can take your time. Go ahead.
Thanks,
That's fine.
sir. But now we got to convince the rest of them to stay for 30 years.
Are you halfway there?
I'm paying, yeah, more than that. Okay, next is Dallas Lee with a recognition award presented by Jordan Marlowe.
Well, Mr. Chair, thank you for that. As many of you probably have seen on Facebook, our very own Dallas Lee, who started here as an intern, has recently received a statewide recognition for Assistant for Excellence in Leadership from the FCCMA, which is the Florida Counties and Cities Manager Association. Thank you. I mean, that's why I was going through all the M's there in my head, right? So I'd like to, if you could cue up a video that we watched. I'm going to show this video, and then we're going to represent Mr. Lee with his award. We lost our audio. We have to restart the whole thing. I'm sorry. We have to restart, rewind. There he is.
It's a good video.
It's a great video, I promise. Obviously it's giving our Wi-Fi some trouble here. We're gonna try it one more time. It is on Facebook, but we're here. So one more.
We've got most of the people. You just want to reenact it?
We could, well, but it's not the same without Mom. You know, we gotta have Mom. Maybe if I try it from the. I'll just reenact. I said a lot of the lines. Yeah. This is why he got the award, because he can fix AV also. Maybe. It is true. I just want to say for the record that the clerk just admitted it was her fault because she said earlier today, she's like, wow, we got everything fixed. And I just jinxed it right there. See? Yep. The Assistance for Excellence in Leadership Award is only earned by those who embody excellence in public service through innovation, integrity, and unwavering dedication. And anyone who knows Dallas knows this recognition could not be more deserved. Dallas's journey with the City of Newberry started more than 17 years ago, not in a corner office, but as an unpaid intern. He came to City Hall driven with a humility and a passion for public service.
From the early days, it was clear that Dallas's journey with the City of Newberry wasn't just about a job. He is a true student of local government. He wants to understand the processes. He wants to improve the processes and facilitate the best and highest level of service to the citizens of Newberry that he possibly can.
Every certificate he has worked for, every degree he has earned, every investment he has made into himself was not for himself, but a purposeful commitment to better serve his community.
Today, Dallas brings wisdom beyond his years, a steady, thoughtful approach to leadership that strengthens every department he touches, and a heart for our residents that shines through every policy he writes, every initiative he spearheads, and every program he pioneers.
Under his stewardship in 2025, the City of Newberry received the 7th consecutive award for excellence in financial reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association. This distinction is earned by less than 5% of governments nationwide, and it reflects transparency, accountability, and a deep commitment to fiscal excellence, all qualities that Dallas's leadership well displays.
But beyond the numbers and awards, what sets Dallas apart is his heart for this community.
He leads with integrity. He listens carefully. He innovates thoughtfully.
And he approaches every challenge with one guiding question: how can we better serve the residents of Newberry?
Dallas has grown into a very polished, capable leader.
One who represents the very best of public service. His journey from intern to assistant city manager is not just impressive,
It is also inspiring to everyone. It reminds us that dedication matters, that growth is possible.
That when passion meets perseverance, extraordinary things can happen.
We are fortunate to have such a capable and innovative leader on our team.
Dallas, on behalf of the City of Newberry, your colleagues and your friends, and the residents you serve, congratulations.
We are proud of you, we are grateful for you, and we are better because of you.
Dallas, we'll see if we can
Can't say it better than that. And if you would indulge me, I'd like to get a few pictures. I want to present the award to Dallas again, get a picture with the commission, and then get a picture with Dallas's team. So Dallas, if you'll join me. Mr. Chair, while everybody makes their way back, yeah, I can't really add much that wasn't in the video, but I can tell you that all of the managers in the county, we get together once a month for lunch, the county manager, 9 municipalities, and there's not a city locally that wouldn't pay way more and kill for somebody like Dallas on their team, somebody that just keeps thinking about tomorrow, keeps thinking about what's next, keeps your books in order, which is the first and foremost order of the day, right? We have to have the trust and transparency so that our community understands that they can look at anything and see exactly where their tax dollars are being spent. So again, I can't beat the video, but Dallas, thank you so much. You make Newberry better every single day.
Thank you. Thank you, Commission. Thank you to my team. I really appreciate it. It's an Excellence in Leadership Award, and I wouldn't be a good leader if I didn't have a great team. So I really thank you guys for everything you do every day to make me look good at my job. So thank you.
Thank you, Dallas, and we're looking forward to the new budget season coming up.
Workshop July 1st.
Okay, next we have a proclamation for the U.S. Army 251st birthday. Would you please read the proclamation, Madam Attorney?
Yes, ma'am. Proclamation of the City of Newberry, Florida, recognizing the 251st birthday of the United States Army. Whereas the United States Army was established on June 14, 1775, by the Second Continental Congress, making it the oldest branch of the United States Armed Forces. And whereas on June 14, 2026, the United States Army will celebrate 251 years of faithful service in defense of our nation's freedoms, values, and security. And whereas generations of soldiers have answered the call to serve, making extraordinary sacrifices to preserve and protect the American people and preserve liberty. And whereas the United States Army will continue to play a vital role in defending the nation, responding to emergencies, and supporting communities in times of need. And whereas the City of Newberry proudly recognizes the veterans, active duty soldiers, reservists, National Guard members, and military families whose service strengthens our community and nation. And whereas the Army's legacy of service, leadership, and sacrifice will continue to inspire future generations of Americans. Now, therefore, the City Commission of the City of Newberry, Florida, hereby recognizes and celebrates the upcoming 251st birthday of the United States Army and extends its sincere gratitude to all soldiers, past and present, for their dedicated service to our nation. Be it further proclaimed that the citizens of Newberry are encouraged to join in honoring the United States Army and its proud tradition of service on June 14th, 2026, and throughout the year.
Thank you, ma'am. And we have Staff Sergeant Laffler here to receive the presentation.
Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Staff Sergeant, will you be sure to pass along our gratitude to every single member of the United States Army Force? I'm sure that won't take you just a second, right? Appreciate it.
Thank you very
In our crowd, we got a Vietnam veteran sitting right here.
Right
with
there.
us. So,
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the board members. Thank you for the City of Newberry for recognizing the Army's 251st birthday.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Next on the agenda is Juneteenth proclamation. Can you read that into the record, Madam Attorney?
Sure will. A proclamation of the City of Newberry, Florida, declaring June 19th, 2026 as Juneteenth in Newberry, Florida. Whereas Juneteenth, or Freedom Day or Emancipation Day, commemorates the traditional observance of the end of slavery in the United States and is observed annually on June 19th. And whereas on January 1st, 1863, President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring that all persons held as slaves within any state or designated part of a state, the people whereof shall then be in rebellion against the United States, and shall be then and thenceforward and forever free. And whereas over 2 years later, the news reached African Americans living in Texas when on June 19, 1865, Union Major General Gordon Granger and his regiment arrived in Galveston and spread the word that the Civil War had ended and slavery had been abolished. And whereas the following year, the first official Juneteenth celebrations took place in Texas and have continued across the United States throughout the years. And whereas emancipation in Florida was proclaimed in Tallahassee on May 20th, 1865. And for this reason, Floridians traditionally celebrate Emancipation Day on May 20th. And whereas the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act was signed into law on June 17, 2021, making Juneteenth a federal holiday. And whereas Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery. And whereas Juneteenth is an important opportunity to honor the principles of the Declaration of Independence and to celebrate the achievements and contributions African Americans have made and continue to make in Florida and across our nation. And whereas Juneteenth's historical legacy shows the value of never giving up hope in uncertain times. Now, therefore, be it resolved that by the virtue of the authority vested in the mayor of the city of Newberry, it is declared that June 19th, 2026 is Juneteenth in the city of Newberry, and all citizens are encouraged to participate and celebrate on June 20th at Freddie Warmack Park in Newberry, Florida at 2 p.m. for the Newberry Juneteenth Festivals.
Thank you, ma'am. Is anybody receiving? Okay.
She said they're the concerned citizens
Thank
of
you
Newberry.
very
If you're
much.
watching at home, June 20th at 2 o'clock at Freddie Warmack Park is Juneteenth celebration. I hear there's free food, live music, vendors, softball, baseball, kickball, all of those kind of things are all going to be going on. Swing by.
There will be cornhole.
And cornhole, and dancing. I heard about dancing. I think Commissioner Farnsworth's going to get down there, boogie down, right?
I can do the bump.
I don't even know what that is.
That's how old I am.
I think we need a demonstration, Mr. Chair. Could you?
Tony-
We
Tony
appreciate
told
it.
me. What time is that going to be occurring?
2 o'clock, 2 p.m. until they're out of food by 8. And please don't park on Newberry Lane. We're going to have lots of parking. Just be safe. All right. Anything else you want to announce? No? All right. Be sure to go. Great time and great history of that park. So.
Now is the time for public announcements. If anybody has anything short and sweet, like a garage sale, any upcoming, oh, look here,
Look here.
we got somebody.
I'm sorry. So, Chris Mack, Newberry Main Street Organization. I want to thank the city, continue to thank the city for y'all's continued support of Main Street. We had our first of 3 splash days last Friday. It was an absolute blast. I think probably 80 to 100 children were out there. It was an absolute blast. The fire department and Commissioner Maison put it over the top. This is the new snow cone master of the world here. And there's plenty of pictures to show that. But I just want to, again, say thank you for everything that the city does to support us, the fire department, the commissioners. And the next one is July the 10th, and we'll see you there.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, moving on. We have the consent agenda right here, a motion.
So moved.
Second.
A motion from Commissioner Clark, second from Commissioner Long. All those in favor signal by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Number 7 is budget review and amendments. That'd be given by Dallas Lee, our Assistant Manager and Chief Financial Officer.
Before I begin, the city attorney has a resolution to read into the record.
This is resolution number 2026-26, a resolution of the City of Newberry, Florida, amending the city's final budget for fiscal year 2026, providing directions to the city manager, providing for severability, repealing all resolutions in conflict, and providing an effective date.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners. As you know, we give you guys a budget update a couple times throughout the year and present any budget amendments that may need to be made. So as of the end of May, we are 66% through our fiscal year. So all the numbers I'm presenting you, just remember 66%. Your recommended motion is to receive the presentation, discuss, asking questions if you have any, and then we would ask that you adopt the budget amendment resolution 2026-26. So as I mentioned, we are 66% through the year as of the end of May. We're generally doing pretty well across all of our revenues. We'll discuss a few areas that we're a little below and some adjustments we're going to make. Your taxes, we are at 90% collected throughout the year. As the Commission's aware, we received the bulk of your taxes in November, December, when property taxes are due. We did get notification from the Value Adjustment Board. They did lower our valuations, so we are going to see some less revenue in taxes, and I'll discuss that in a second. We're 80% collected in our permits, fees, and special assessments. Again, that number is a little bit higher because your fire assessment is in that number. Your fire assessment's collected with your property taxes. We are trending low from where we would anticipate on building permits and associated revenues with building permits. However, when looking at our developments that are coming, we're kind of in a slower spot with some picking up. Tanglewood's a great example they're about to start ramping up, issuing more permits and start construction. So we don't have any concerns being a little bit lower on the building permit revenue. In your intergovernmental, we are a little lower than we would anticipate. The state did make several cuts to our intergovernmental revenues, particularly in revenue sharing. They cut about $35,000 in our budget so far this year. That's one of the adjustments we'll be proposing to you as well. State revenue sharing is the state's portion of sales tax and other revenues that they then disperse to all the cities and counties. The state last year cut some various taxes. One of the bigger ones was the commercial rental tax on commercial rents. They took that cut after we adopted our budget, and then that passed along to us. Charges for services, we are right on track. Really happy to announce to you that we are 135% collected in judgments, fines, and forfeits. Less excited to tell you that is less than $1,000 over budget in revenue for the entire city. Miscellaneous revenue, we're at 443% collected. That is largely due to the sale of the portion of the yard to FDOT for the Twin Pairs project. That was a $600,000 sale. That is contemplated in your budget adjustment as well. And then we're right on track with interfund transfers. So that's your revenue on the general fund side. Moving into your expenditures, All your cost centers are tracking to the budget as we would anticipate. The green on this is your budget. The blue is what we've spent year to date. The only departments that I would bring your attention to are the city attorney. It's almost fully spent. However, that's mostly related to settlements that the city paid out at the beginning of the year. So that's one of your adjustments as well. And that's really the only thing I have to bring to your attention on the general fund side. So the proposed amendment we're making to the general fund is decreasing those two revenues that were cut. So the $80,000 due to the value adjustment board adjustments, $35,000 due to state revenue cuts. We're adding in the sale of the land at $684,000. And then as the commission remembers, we got a grant from FEMA earlier this year for the fire department to purchase new air packs. That was $140,000, so we're adding that into our revenue counts. On the expenditure side, we're increasing the, well, first of all, the column that says prior to roll forward, those are all your purchase orders that were open at the end of last fiscal year that rolled forward into your budget and carried forward those projects. So we're adding those all back into the budget. And then your first real amendment, we're adding the $57,000 in legal settlements, $225,000, that is for the construction of the Rio building and the purchase of the Gables house, which is the house across the street. We have the grant, the expenditure side of the FEMA grant. We have some use of reserves in our building department, and then $134,000 in transportation. That was the payment to Highland Park for the traffic signal contribution. So in your special revenue fund, I'm sorry, does anybody have any questions on general fund before I move on? In your special revenue funds, which as you remember are those smaller funds that account for a specific type of revenue. So for example, Champions, Wild Spaces money. Champions Park, we don't have a budget. We adopted a budget this year, not anticipating that we would be running the park. But I'm happy to say in our first 5 months of running the park, we have generated over nearly $200,000 in revenue. And we keep doing better and better each tournament run out there.
When you say revenue, how much is that in profit?
Less. Right now, the park is not generating profit because everything we're making, we're putting back into the maintenance of the park. But now that we have almost 6 months of data, we can actually start figuring out how much it costs to run that park and what we're making in profit. Yeah, everything's right now going right back into the park. But
have you seen it? Yeah. Monty, have you seen it lately?
Oh, yeah.
It's nice. The upgrades are nice.
I will tell you, don't give to, oh my goodness, I broke the podium. Put it in the budget. What we can tell is our weekends, our normal expenditures, once we get to the point where the park is just operating kind of on a normal basis and we're not trying to overcome a decade of neglect, the park is turning a profit. The weekends where we're running concession stand out there, we are turning a profit. Just for the commission's edification, there have been weekends where we have made $20,000 in selling concessions alone. On top of the rent, this weekend we made over $50,000 in profit out there between renting the fields out and the concession. So
Yeah, there were a lot of uniforms in town this last weekend.
yes, we ran over 450 games out there this weekend.
Yeah.
Let me say something to you. I was gonna say it at the end, but this is the perfect time. I was eating lunch Sunday and met two people that came up to me when we were talking about it. And they were actually very thrilled at the updates that the city's done. And I called the city manager on a couple little things. There's always room for improvement on a couple little things, but they're nothing like they were. And what we're doing is absolutely, it's just turning heads for the people that are coming here. So it really put it back on the map. If we were going down a little bit, but it's back. So thanks to whoever is all in the parks and recs and everybody that's doing that, it's really showing.
Absolutely, it's truly been a team effort between
Yes, it is.
Ryan
It's
out
nice.
Champions and every other department helping out.
Ryan's actually out there, right? Ryan's in charge out there? Yeah. Good job to Ryan and his team.
Okay.
Looking at your other funds, Wild Spaces infrastructure, they're much less than what the budget's showing, but they're right on track in terms of the revenue we're collecting. Those gaps between what we've collected and the budget are grant revenues that we either haven't completed the grant yet or we haven't filed for grant reimbursements. So those two are right on track. Impact fees is right on track. The Newberry Community School revenue, that's that pass-through where for we're staffing the school and they pay us their staffing costs. The opioid settlement and NHA accounts, you can't tell, but they are also on track. And then the CRA is actually a little bit over collected. We collected a little bit more revenue in the CRA than budgeted, which is always a good thing. On the expense side, again, Champions Park, we didn't have a budget, but as part of the budget amendment tonight. Wild spaces and infrastructure are much lower than their anticipated budgets. Again, those are grant-related, project-related. Impact fees is right on track. On all your other funds are right on track. The CRA is low, again, because that's the power plant project, which is currently out to bid, so that should be getting started pretty soon here. In terms of a budget amendment for your special revenue funds, we propose an $800,000 increase for the Newberry Community School staffing revenues, as well as the Champions Park revenues that we're collecting. And then I don't know if you heard, we did get a Florida Jobs Growth Grant for $5.6 million for the Ag Tech Park. So we are asking you to amend your budget to include that revenue. And then on the expense side, again, we have the roll forwards of POs from the prior year. And then we're just allocating out those revenues. So you have the Florida Jobs Growth Grant split both between the road parts and the utility parts. And then you have the expenses related to Champions Park and the Newberry Community School staffing expenses. So any question on special revenue funds? All right, moving through to your enterprise funds. So this first one shows all your enterprise funds. Obviously, the wastewater treatment plant construction fund kind of skews it. That fund, before I move on, I will say we have collected nearly $15 million so far in grants. The biggest part of it is City of Archer did pay us the $12 million capital contribution. So we do have their $12 million. So we are, it's part of the 15. So if you take out the wastewater treatment plant, you get a little bit better view of our regular enterprises. But our electric, water, wastewater are all right on track where we'd anticipate to see them at this point in the year. Development fees we are over collected on. That's primarily due to the Tanglewood development prepaid their first phase of development fees. So we've collected that money up front. And then on expenses, again, kind of skewed because of the wastewater treatment plant. So if you take that out, again, we're right on track. Again, the biggest difference between what you're seeing in our budget versus what we've spent are projects that haven't started or haven't been built out yet. You know, for example, in the electric department, we plan to start construction on the second feed this year. We haven't started the construction yet, so that money's just unspent. It'll roll forward into your budget for next year. Questions on enterprise funds? If there are any questions, happy to answer them. If not, as I said earlier, the recommended motion is to move to adopt Resolution 2026-26.
Thank you, Dallas. What is the pleasure of the commission?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Long and a second from Commissioner Clark. Is there any discussion or any questions from the citizens? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, likewise. Motion passes 4-0. Next, we have the second reading of the ordinance for acquisition and disposition of real property. And is you're going to read that into the record, please?
I sure will. This is ordinance number 2026-23, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, amending the text of the Code of Ordinances by creating a new article in Chapter 2, Administration, to govern the acquisition and disposition of real property by the city, providing for codification and correction, providing a severability clause, providing a repealing clause, and providing directions to the clerk and an effective date.
Mr. Manager?
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Commission. This is the second reading of the real property policy. Again, you've had this in your backup material for the last couple of weeks. The issue here is that when we buy or dispose of real property, I'm going to go to this one, which is defined thusly. We pull from 2, 3, 4 different places in our code. So the idea here is that we should have a one-stop shop, one place that staff goes to, one place the public goes to, one place the commission goes to determine how do we acquire property and how do we sell property, give property, whatever it is we have to do. Newberry owns, sometimes it's 12 feet because the railroad came in and split someone's property and there's 12 feet that got given to us 100 years ago and nobody's paid any attention to it. How do we dispose of that? So real property is land, anything that's affixed to it, that's what real property is. Very useful in this ordinance. There's about 5 pages of definitions for different things that are defined specifically when it comes to how we deal with property, right? The key points, though, is one consistent standard, right? That ties in purchasing policies, procurement policies, all those kinds of things. So we want one-stop shop. Then the administrator, that would be me or my designee, would be tasked with developing all standard operating procedures, such so that we could work through. If we want to get rid of property, it starts and ends with you guys, right? So if you guys say, okay, we want to give this away, we want to sell this, right? It has to be a motion up here to begin the process, comes back to you guys, okay? If we are acquiring the property, then it would follow the manager's purchasing policy. If it is at $100,000 or less, the city manager can move forward with direction. If it is over $100,000, it would come back to you guys. That $100,000 mark is there because it matches the procurement policy. The city manager already has a spending limit of $100,000. And this was really the only point that we talked about at the first reading, was what should the city manager's limit be? I'll make the same point tonight that I made then. This is a procedure policy. It's not a budget policy, right? So this is about how many things do you guys want here, right? How many things you want on the agenda? How many things do you want as those types of procedures? How many things do you want to expedite? So one example is CSX easements. This commission directed staff 7 years ago to put that as a top priority. It lagged, stalled. 6 months ago, we were able to finally get a successful negotiation with CSX for $100,000 to sell the easement so that we could extend the road from 26 down to Southwest 15th. If we had this procedure with the commission's already pre-approved direction, city manager could have just went ahead and procured that easement, right? Another example would be Southwest 30th Avenue. City Commission during last year's budget cycle said we want to go ahead and get the right-of-way that we need so that if we have the right-of-way and a development comes in, we can require that development to pave Southwest 30th because the right-of-way exists, right? Most of that right-of-way is a few feet of the frontage of the road, so we're talking less than $10,000, sometimes less than $5,000 that we have to get. Right now, because our policies are spread out in different places, the policy is everything that deals with real policy has to be an agenda item, has to have a staff report, has to come in front of you guys. We have to have a motion on it. Even though we said in the last budget cycle, we're going to budget $90,000, go get it, right? With this policy, you could say that. We have it in the budget. Staff can just move forward and get the policy, right? Get the property. So that's really, and I think I'll pause there because this seems to be about the rest of this ordinance is pretty straightforward. But this is about the only thing that we talked about during first reading. If there's something that any commissioner who wasn't here in the first reading would like to discuss, happy to answer those questions now. But let's stop on that point. I did say at the first meeting, I don't have strong feelings about what the threshold is. I do have strong feelings that there should be a threshold, right? There should not clog up staff's time to go out and get $4,000 worth of right-of-way for a road, right? The way that, in my mind, this would work is the way that it always works. During budget season, we plan out what we want, right? We budget for it. If something arises in the middle of the year that we have to, it starts with a conversation with either one of you reaching out to me or me reaching out to one of you. Then we have a conversation because this is not a budget policy, right? We don't generally just have money sitting there that we can use. Sometimes we can segue over if it's an emergency, right? But it's always going to start with a conversation during the budget season. What do you guys want to do and what you're all in for? So I'll pause there, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. Does any of the commissioners have any questions?
Well, I think the biggest thing we did this budget season is get ahead of the issue of trying to acquire property. Having that threshold give you guys the wherewithal to do what you need to do without tying up so much time, and it makes it an easier process instead of going through and coming back and forth, and then we prolonging the process that we can get done a little smoother, a little faster. So I think what we have been doing is acquire that amount of money during budget season and get ahead of it so we don't have to go back and forth throughout the season. And when something does come about, then we have the conversation like we had before, then we can discuss it going back and forth, and that's just my point on it.
So, go ahead, Mark.
So I know I was absent on the last meeting. I looked at it. My proposal here for y'all is to, as I know we have a lawyer now with us in-house, which has been a blessing, to codify this to one policy, because as we go through all of these, we're finding these more and more every day. The way the old rules, the new rules are just so. Codifying this to me is a great way. I know we will see it once staff gets it. We'll go over that. And the budget for me, we've already give a $100,000 limit under the old manager. No different than doing this now, is buying cars, trucks, whatever we do. I say, me personally, I'm ready to give you the 100,000 limit, but it's always a back brief or a front brief on what we're doing with money, because you can't do nothing if it ain't budgeted. So we know there's no way to do anything without it being budgeted, which we give direction. So I don't believe this is nothing more than red tape. So I think on my part, I'm good with it.
So if something isn't budgeted, but a piece of property comes up, even though it's not budgeted, you can rearrange things around to actually pay for it.
I mean, I think that is possible, but that would be the conversation that would happen, right? Because in order to rearrange it, that means something's getting out of the budget, and you guys need to know that we're taking something out of the budget. So you can't just rearrange and say, well, you guys said during the budget, go do this, right? And then the city manager decide, well, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to use that money over here. So if something comes up, the only opportunity, if something comes up out of the budget cycle, which you would have in a budget amendment like we did here tonight, would be, okay, you know, CSX has agreed, but their agreement is right now, right? So if you want to do something, we came to them, they're wanting some money, and what we worked out with CSX is a down payment and then get us to the next budget cycle, right? So it would start with you guys and say, hey, how badly do you want it? Because, you know, this didn't come up during the budget cycle. We can do this, we can do that, but now that would have to be that kind of conversation, dialogue back and forth, right? And property, more than anything, in my mind, starts with you guys. Staff doesn't generally say, you know, I want to add on to a park, right? It's generally a political beginning of, I've heard we want to do this, right? The community is asking for this. Go look and see if we can add on to a park, right? Everything else is generally, on staff's standpoint, is budgeted ahead of time, right? Champions Park, it's not real property, but that's a good example of, we could see it coming, right? But it took a while to get to the political resolution to say, yes, we want to take it in-house, right?
I mean, one of the concerns I have is, I have no problem with you and I trust you and all, but maybe the next city manager won't be as forthcoming as you are. And that's one of my concerns. The other thing is, you know, as far as real property is concerned, if there's a situation where it has to be done within next 30 days or something, I don't know that. I mean, is there like an emergency time frame for real property? I mean, most of it is not stipulated in that short a period of time.
Well, first, let me say I appreciate the trust. That means a lot to me. I would say no, there's generally not an emergency when it comes to property, but there is a situation like Southwest 30th where the commission has already said, go do this. I felt the same way with CXX, right? It's like, man, the commission has said to do this for 7 years in a row, right? So in my mind, once the commission has said it, that I shouldn't have to keep coming back. Think about annexations. Imagine if we could get annexations on an administrative approval. I have never once seen anybody up here vote against an annexation. And yet, how many hours of your life have we spent on this dais going through annexations, right? Because it has to be with you guys. This is the same thing. If you guys say in the budget, go add on to MLK. If you say in the budget, go get the right of way, right? It's in the budget. Those things shouldn't have to keep coming back, right? Because you guys have already said, go do this, okay? And I understand, and for some reason, although I can't answer this question, I feel where you're coming from, Commissioner, but right now the city manager could go out and buy a truck if there was money in the budget, out of budget cycle. We don't do that either because, again, these are procurement policies. They're not budget policies. A truck, as soon as you buy it, immediately depreciates. Well, land does not, right? So it seems to be more risky. If that is the concern, it's more risky when you can buy things that depreciate at $100,000, but land generally holds or appreciates. So I guess that's my reaction. I can't come up with a good response to what's the difference between the city manager being able to buy $100,000 worth of paper clips, but not $100,000 worth of assets.
Yeah. Now, like we had given you permission to acquire the property on 30th. I mean, do you have to come back for each? Even though we've already given you permission to do it?
Commissioner Farnsworth, you and I have the same arguments to staff, but they always win because you can't beat the lawyer. So, every single one comes back to you guys. Not if we adopt this, then it doesn't, right? Then we have the opportunity for some of those smaller things to just happen administratively, clear out some red tape, expedite the process.
Okay, thanks.
Let me say,
Go ahead.
we're going to be, times do change, and managers change. But when we say this, you're still going to get a brief at this level of what is going on because it's got to be budgeted.
We hope.
You're just not given, well, if you don't, then it's wrong. Then
If
it's a
we
fire
ever-
offense.
Yeah, if we ever go through a budget amendment process, which is where we have to report it,
Yes.
and there's something there that y'all didn't hear about. Now, I will say, because some of y'all spent 6 months in a coma, and so you forget things. So if that, say, wait, you didn't tell me that. I was like, hang on a second, I'm gonna start recording all those conversations. So, but yeah, they're gonna happen just like that. And I would also say, if you guys want to change policies when the city manager changes, all of these policies you can go right back in and change a different level, right? You made the rules. I'm just here to follow them.
Any other questions or comments from the commission?
I don't need to. I was here last time. I think you two were out. I'm for it. I mean, it cuts time and money. Time is money. Let's go.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments from the audience? Seeing none, what is the pleasure of the commission?
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Mazon and a second from Commissioner Clark. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, likewise. Motion passes 4-0. Next we have number 10, which is the appointment of Planning and Zoning Board members. Stacy?
Actually, I thought the next
Oh,
one
did I
was
miss
MLK.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I?
Okay.
Okay.
I knew I was standing here for a reason.
Yeah, well, you're not Jamie Jones, so.
That's true. That's true. I kind of appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. I'm going that way, but I'm not there yet.
Now, we might be
Not there
thinking.
yet.
All right, sir. Would
Okay.
you like to give your presentation regarding this item?
Thank you, sir. Again, Jordan Marlowe, City Manager. So, I meant to look this date up. A couple months ago, we had a workshop at Martin Luther King. We had a lot of the public show up. Some of the commissioners were there. And basically, the question was multifaceted, but we have heard for years that we want to expand the recreational opportunities at MLK. I have for years wanted to move the basketball court a little bit away from the building so we can get more parking right up against the building. And so those were the kinds of questions at the workshop. And we did not have this opportunity in front of us at the workshop. We were just there to talk about a covered basketball court, moving the basketball court, and what sort of additions, improvements to the park did we want to hear. The community had a lot of ideas. Unfortunately, a lot of those ideas, we are too landlocked in. We just simply cannot do all of the things that the community was talking about on the space that we currently have. A few years ago, the commission gave direction to acquire the property to the west. Unfortunately, we were never able to do that. So I began, and that property is no longer for sale. So I began to look around at other opportunities to expand the park. I reached out to this property owner, and they have agreed to sell us the 2 parcels that are directly to the south. And that would allow us to take care of parking, some stormwater needs, and then expand. So if the commission decides that they want a youth basketball court, was one of the ideas that we heard at that meeting, a pickleball court, a tennis court. There were too many ideas to go through them all right now. But in order really for many of those ideas, we might be able to do one, but that would be it. If we want to do what the community wants us to be able to do with that park, we need more land for that park. So the question for you tonight is really pretty straightforward. Should the city of Newberry purchase, it's actually 2 parcels, that's my bad, 2 parcels just to the south of Martin Luther King Park. Is these 2 parcels on the screen. So and one of the benefits of this is there's actually an alleyway in between those 2 parcels and the parcels that the city owns. So there's a 50-foot strip there that if we were able to get this parcel, we could vacate that alleyway, blend it all back into one park, one larger enhanced park, and give ourselves the opportunity to actually really explore the things that the community was asking us to do there at that workshop. The parcels are split strangely. They're split north-south, but we would acquire both of them. That's the alleyway right above that I was talking about. If the answer is yes, the asking price is $70,000, which is about $4,000 more than the appraisal, but they were not looking to sell. They took a little bit of negotiating to get them and an explanation of what the intention to do. So I think everybody in the neighborhood would love to see the park grow, and they have graciously come forward and said, okay, we will sell if it's going to be for a park. That concludes my presentation, Mr. Chair. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any commissioners have any questions?
I don't have any questions, just a comment. I was at that workshop with the community, and having that park expanded would do well in that community because parking is a pain. You know, you really can't utilize it because most people are on the street trying to park, and it's not safe. And the access to the park is not usable as much as it should be. And having that basketball court moved and possibly covered, we'll get more access to the park. And when they do the Thanksgiving events, having a covered park where they have tables and food would be just benefit for the community. And renting the park would be also better for the city because now people have it more of a viable location than what it is now because most people don't use it because of parking. You might can put 15 cars there, and then everybody spilling in the street, which is a hassle for the city and people complaining. So having a better parking for handicap as well, bringing food into the building as well, and just the ideas people had, I think would be better for what expanding it would be if we can get that access. So that would be mine.
Any other commissioners?
Yes, I was also at that meeting with several drawings and the things that the community wanted. And I know it's baby steps to get there, but I think this is one of the baby steps we were going to have to do to be able to get the basketball courts and the parking to be able to fit anything else in there because it is kind of tight down in there. One of the questions, and maybe this ain't the right time, but are we going to vacate that road?
We are.
Okay.
And we are already actually in the process of doing that. So
Okay.
the residents will put out a notice within the next week.
The 255th, the big road, we're going to vacate it.
We'll see that we're going to block that off. We're going to start tearing out the Lime Rock Road and prep it to move construct a brand new basketball court. Now,
When
won't be a
will
covered
we-
basketball court yet. It'll just
When
be
will we
basketball.
budget this year's budget coming?
Correct.
Okay, so it
we can do
will not
the-
be an initial move, it will be this
We
big
can do
budget
the-
cycle coming up.
We can do the elbow grease work. We can
Right.
prep the site.
That's right.
We can get the dirt road out, put the grass back in.
Yep.
We can go ahead and start to find
I
a
think
company
it's
that can
good
do the
to-
basketball court, all that stuff, which is what's going on.
And I know there's some things already being done down there that the community's asked, so thanks, Rance, and Jordan for getting that going. That came out of that meeting.
It did.
So I appreciate it. I know it probably wasn't budgeted, but we had a little money to take care of it. So, okay, I'm good with it.
So we have the money to pay for the property already?
We do. I don't quite remember off the top of my head if that's coming out of rec or CRA or both. Wild Spaces.
Okay. Any other?
Absolutely.
Always.
So it's going to be up to Fifth Ave, 255th to Fifth Ave, right? Vacation?
Yes.
Yes. I think any opportunity, unfortunately, I didn't make that meeting, but I see them throughout my job. But any opportunity, I think that we can offer universal activities for our kids, our youth, is a great opportunity, is a great idea. And on that side, on that area, I'll say, there's not much to do. So when we can add more to our parks to where any of our kids can play and the sports are diverse, I think it's a great idea. So I'm for this 110%. I say we move forward as soon as possible. I think purchasing that property there, like Donald said, with giving it more parking, because honestly, throughout some of those events, it does spill out over into 6th Ave. I think that's what it is. But I think I'm all for this. I think this is great.
I agree. And I think to Commissioner Long's point, we track how much every rental facility brings in on an annual basis, but I've never trusted the number for MLK because the building itself, you could have a 30, 40 person birthday party there, but you've only got 4 parking spots in front of the building. So I think most people, they go to look at the site, they say, well, where's everybody going to park? Everybody can park in the dirt road down there. They can park along the road, but we really don't want to encourage that. So this offers an opportunity to solve all of those issues.
I'm for it.
Okay, any other commissioner? Any comments or questions from the audience?
So moved.
Have a motion from Commissioner Long, second from Commissioner Maison. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you, Commission.
Ms. Stacy.
Good evening. All right, so we are here this evening regarding the Planning and Zoning Board member appointees. I think you're going to be a little bit surprised with my presentation because I sure was. So here's the resident seats, the vacant resident seats. Melina is still on there, and she's on there till next April. And so we have 4 seats that need to be filled this evening regarding the Planning and Zoning Board and the HARB, which is the Historic Architectural Review Board. 10 applicants. That's the shocker. We had 10 folks interested in being on the Planning and Zoning Board. Yes. So that was the shocker for me. So I'm excited that we had so many folks interested. We will keep the remaining 6 applicants on file so that if someone is resigning or moves or whatever, we'll have those folks to go back to. And the commission ranked their top picks based on the diversity of the employment, background, and community perspectives. There we go. So tonight we're going to go through the folks. You guys are going to say who you would like to see on June 22nd. We'll have Nicole write the resolution for that, and we'll come back. And on June 22nd, they'll actually be appointed. However, between now and then, we're going to go ahead and do Planning and Zoning Board training. Once we know who's going to be on the board, we'll go ahead and set that up. Nicole and I will meet with them over the next few weeks so that when June 22nd comes around, they can be appointed, and their first meeting will be that July 6th, 2026 meeting. So folks in the audience, be ready. We got a couple items for that agenda. So here is the top recommendations based on the commissioner rankings. We had Jason McGeehee at number 1, Bonnie Hauser at number 2, Sean Walker at number 3, Daniel Thomas at number 4, and Mr. Travis Ridgel at 5. We're only appointing 4. So we'll go through. If you don't have any other, well, let me ask if you have any questions before we proceed, and then I'll go through each of these so they're on the record to read and appoint. Do you have any questions?
Yes, did we reach out to those 4 or 5? Are
No.
they here tonight? No?
A few of them are.
Okay.
We didn't reach out to anybody because we had your numbers. They're up for, you can discuss. That may or may not be what was voted on. So we wanted to make sure you all knew which ones you wanted to go forward with, and then we'd reach out to them to set up training.
Okay, so, should we vote on the one by one, or how are we going to do that?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to go through them unless you had any other questions.
Okay.
Did you have anything else to add?
No, sir.
Okay. So I'm asking, Mr. Chair, would you like to call for a motion to appoint Jason McGehee to Planning and Zoning, seat 1, term to expire April 30th, 2028?
What's the pleasure of the commission?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Clark, second from Commissioner Long. Any questions or concerns from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion passes 4-0.
Mr. Chair, would you like to call for a motion to appoint Bonnie Hauser to P and Z, seat number 2, term to expire April 30th, 2028?
What's the pleasure of the commission?
So moved.
Second, I have a motion from Commissioner Clark, second from Commissioner Farnsworth. Any questions or concerns from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
I have roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye,
Nay.
Aye.
and that is passes 3-1.
Mr. Chair, would you like to call for a motion to appoint Sean Walker to P and Z, seat number 3, term to expire April 30th, 2028?
So moved. Second.
Any questions or concerns from the audience? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes 4-0.
Mr. Chair, would you like to call for a motion to appoint Daniel Thomas to P and Z, seat number 4, term to expire April 30th, 2027?
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Commissioner Clark, second from Commissioner Mazon. Any questions or concerns from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes 4-0.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And we'll be contacting those folks to set up the training.
All right. Dallas, we have a resolution. Is there anything to read into the record?
There is. This is resolution number 2026-27, a resolution of the City of Newberry, Florida, adopting revised personnel policies, providing directions to the city manager, providing a severability clause, providing a repealing clause, and providing an effective date.
Dallas, take it away.
Good evening again, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners. A number of years ago, staff brought forward a question to the commission regarding our holidays, and the direction the commission gave to staff was, the commission doesn't want to particularly designate which holidays we take. They're going to set the number of holidays and then leave it to staff and the city manager to decide which holidays they would like within that number. Unfortunately, staff took that direction, and we kind of didn't really do anything with it for a while. And our new city manager questioned what had happened to that policy. So the policy before you tonight brings that back forward to you. It keeps the same number of holidays that the city currently observes, which is 10 for our city staff. But instead of having a hard-coded list in our personnel policy, it states that the city manager shall designate which holidays occur at the beginning of the year. Those holidays have to be in accordance with a federally or state recognized holiday. He can't just say it's Wazoo Wednesday and we get the day off. That should be recognized, though. So this policy, like I said, strikes the actual hard-coded list out of the policy and says the city manager determines which holidays the city observes. That's it.
Is that going to be decided yearly? Is it done by a vote from the staff, or how is that
The
obtained?
policy itself doesn't speak to how it's determined. It says it's the city manager's discretion, and he has to do it
Well, that's a
prior
little
to the year.
scary.
It's mandated.
Yeah, but it does have to be an existing holiday, so he can't just pick anything. But
Okay. Mr. Manager, how are you going to do this?
I mean, if you want, you could just go ahead and say give all 14 federal holidays, and then there's nothing to pick, right? So
that sounds like a win from the audience.
Yeah.
That's fully within the
Certain
commission's.
people like that, don't they?
yeah.
Um,
No, I think we'll see how it plays out. I think that the desire from the staff is pretty clear. So unless there's a new holiday that's created, right, then we may go back to a vote. But I think pretty much it's a pretty unanimous decision.
Okay, and any questions from the commission? Any questions from the audience? And so we need to approve.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion for Commissioner Long, second from Commissioner Clark. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Comments, citizen comments limited to 5 minutes. Would anyone like to speak? Ms. Davy Campbell.
On now. Thank you. I'm here tonight to talk to you about the E.T. Mutt Hut Kennel that's been running for 3 years illegally here in Newberry. I came to City Hall about a month ago and talked to them. I was told that somebody needed to file a formal complaint in order to stop them. So I came in this past week and filed a formal complaint. Nobody contacted me back. I came back to find out what was going on. I was met by a gentleman over here who told me that we don't shut down businesses that have been here illegally because she's already on an agenda to try and get her kennel operating where we are.
A boarding kennel would thrive down a 2.5-mile Lime Rock Road, followed by a 3/4 mile dirt road. Who's gonna drive way out here? Well, I'll tell you who drives out here.
Everybody.
Today, I had a client come from Orlando. She leaves her dogs here. She moved a 1.5 years ago. She will not leave those shelties anyplace else. She's tried to find places, she won't leave them. She comes out here. Had a lady that lives in Old Town. Posted on Google today. It's kind of what prompted this video. She posted on Google today about how great it was.
It's actually
to not
started
worry
in the
when they go
middle
on
and I
vacation.
really wanted it to start in the beginning.
I know they're just dogs, but to me, it's more than dogs. It's people's lives. It's their family. It's knowing that when they want to go on vacation, they don't have to worry about their babies. That their babies are having fun. You guys have seen the videos.
Yeah.
Some of you are my customers. I love your dogs. I love your babies. So to me, it's not just a kennel. It's more about the family that we have created. And I just kind of wanted to reach out to everybody and tell you that I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did not do this like I should have. And let you know that I truly love these babies. They're my heart, they're my soul. And I think that we're going to figure it out. I think E.T. Mutt Hut's going to go on for a long time. But if it doesn't, well, we're not going to talk about that because it is. Just want to let you know that I'm still working on it. We're fighting hard. And I think the city's going to figure it out. I think we're going to, figure out maybe, do things a little different. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it's weighing on my heart. And I don't take this lightly. And I appreciate every one of my clients. I do. You guys are my heart. You're my family. And I love you. I hope everyone has an amazing Sunday. And go hug your dogs. Thank you.
So where was that posted?
This is what I want you to hear.
Hello. Happy Sunday.
Facebook.
Yep. You guys don't see me normally. You see the dogs. You don't see me. But just wanted to share a couple things with you. I think most of you know that we're going through some zoning issues with the city, and our neighbors are not happy with us. The kennel's loud, they say. I get that we're different. But right now, I have a full kennel, not too far from it. It's back there. I have 3 dogs in the field. Not going to say it's not noisy sometimes. Not even going to have that battle. These dogs talk. But I can't fault my neighbors for not wanting something that's different. And we are different. I didn't get the right permitting when I started this. I didn't think that this would be a thing. Who in their right mind?
That's enough of that. The Gradens have lived here, Donna, forever. They're right next door. I'm going to tell you, the noise is phenomenal from those dogs. She came in and started in December, talked to Stacy, and then it was supposed to be on a vote here. She was told the city of Newberry is going to change their zoning out city ag by Stacy. So she no longer brought this up. So she's waiting to see how the city's going to vote on this. Okay? We don't want this out there. We
Ms.
do
Davis.
not deserve to have this out there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Hey, Marlon?
Hey, you're a great.
You're-
We're gonna give him extra.
I apologize.
Finally, someone with class showed up.
My day off. I did not dress up for y'all. Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, I am Marlon Day, the Library Manager at the Newberry Branch Library. Wanted to bring to your attention that the summer reading program is now underway with a variety of activities and events available for residents of all ages throughout the summer. This week, we have a wonderful magician who will perform on Friday, June 12th at 11 a.m. On June 16th, we have a Juneteenth program that'll focus on Alachua County after Juneteenth. We're bringing in a speaker from Matheson Museum, and this program is suitable for all ages. And then on June 18th of this month, we have the Luby Bat Conservatory. We'll visit the branch, bring a couple of bats at 1 p.m. So I just ask that you please share these programs with your constituents and encourage them to sign up for the summer reading and log their time read. This year, the district's goal is to reach 1 million minutes of reading. Last year, the Newberry branch, we were third. We were ahead even of Gainesville, the headquarters branch. We're only behind the two busiest branches, Tower Road and Millhopper, as far as signups. But right now, there's a new branch manager at Alachua, and he's they're way ahead of us right now. So we got to get on the ball. We got to get on the ball. So 1 million minutes of reading is our goal, and Newberry residents are going to play an important role in helping to achieve that. Thank you for your time. If y'all have any questions, I will ask. I did put handbills and flyers and some of the Think magazines out in the lobby.
Okay, so it has information on where to sign up and everything on there?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, there's information on here on where to sign.
All right. Well, we appreciate everything you do, man.
Does it have the two things you just mentioned on that? The handbook? The two things, the magician and the bats? Is it on
Yeah,
there?
yes, all of those are in here.
Okay.
This has the district-wide ones, but under Newberry, it does have the bats and the Juneteenth and the magician, which is Friday. He's been out here the last 2 years, and he's a really good one.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir. Any other citizen comments? Moving on. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have a few. I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary here with you guys. I know. And to date, 1 year. I do think I had a surgery like my second day or something like that. But other than that, I have not taken 1 day off in that year. It's been a great ride. But to celebrate, I'm about to take 10 days and go to Europe with 12 other people's children. So it's going to be a good time. I'm going to bring all the kids back. Now I just cursed it, see? Knock on wood, right? All the kids are coming back home. But in my absence from June 16th to 25th, Assistant City Manager Jamie Jones will be the acting CM while I take my very last trip with other people's children across the big pond and come back, right? That'll be my last one. So we do have a budget kickoff. Dallas mentioned earlier, July 7th at 6:30 p.m. I'm sorry, July 1st. That does say 1st, but my handwriting. July 3rd, we have a fireworks show at the town center, right? I'm gonna do that since the mayor's not here. July 4th, we have a parade in town. June 27th is a brand new inaugural event called Father's Fest. I'm very excited about this. I should probably let Commissioner Long, he's one of the brainchilds of it, talk more about it later. But once he tells you, it's going to be an immediate hit, right? You can't hear about this and not be an immediate lover. Family Fun Day is also June 27th at Easton. That's from 10 to 12. So that's Family Fun Day put on by our Parks and Rec. The Main Street Water Days, Splash Days, are so popular that the fire department came to me and said, hey, we want to get in on this. So they have planned 7 other dates to do kind of the same thing, probably not as grand as what Main Street does, but they're going to, spray some water and hand out some popsicles and that kind of stuff. However, because of the drought, we are trying to cut back. So we've taken, I think, 3 of those dates off. We were getting a good amount of rain, but it's been dry now for a few days. So depending on the rain, we will add neighborhoods back in if we get a little bit more rain. But those dates have been posted on the city's website and social media pages. Looking forward to that.
Is that in lieu of a splash park?
Exactly, right? We're going to spray the water up in the air. We're going to have the popsicles. If you haven't been by Bravo, when you're coming into town, take a gander over to the right. We got a brand new nice fence around the retention basin. We've got some brand new landscaping. Give it a few years, it's going to grow up. It's going to be beautiful. That is a CRA project, beautifying our city. And on 6/18, I will be in Europe. At 9:30 a.m., we are going to break ground on our wastewater treatment plant. Big moment for Newberry, largest construction project that we've ever been involved in. This is the project that will take Newberry into the next 20 years. So that is also addresses 9:30 in the morning, but addresses are posted online. Come on out and be a part of that historic moment with us. I have one more announcement and then one personal request. I'd like to announce that the city of Newberry will be closed next Thursday in observance of Juneteenth. And then my last request is we had a wonderful event 3 months ago, called Reignite the Light. We discovered on the eve of that event that even though our Newberry Historic Association's bank account is a separate bank account, it is kind of funneled through the city, and therefore it is held to our same procurement policies. Our procurement policy does not allow the city to spend money on alcohol. We have a sponsor for that alcohol, so the money is there. It's covered. We were in the middle of a transition for the NHA of them starting their own bank account anyway, so I paid that vendor myself, but it's taken a little bit of time to get that bank account. So what I'm asking for is I'm going to go to Europe. On the second meeting in June, if we have a bank account, we can settle up with NHA, and then I can settle up with the NHA. If we still haven't been able to kind of proceed, I would like a refund of that a little more than $2,100, a little less than 22, somewhere in there. So I would like to get that back eventually. So hopefully when I get back, there's a check from somebody sitting on my desk. I really don't care who's it from the NHA or the city, either one, but I just wanted to put that on there. What we have done in the past and what we would have done on this event, if we had known, more than 24 hours ahead of time, we would have put it on a commission meeting like we've done for West Fed to say, here's the event, here's what we're trying to do. Do we have permission from the commission to waive that policy here? So when I get back from Europe, hopefully we'll have a resolution. So that concludes my comments, Mr. Chair. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Madam Attorney, what words of wisdom do you have for us tonight? Oh, my gosh.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't just go over that, right? That's good advice right there. You said we're doing well.
Madam Clerk? Commissioner Clark?
I think it'd be a good time to relieve Jordan and keep our money.
You'd have to pay him severance.
No. He's a dedicated manager, and I appreciate it. No, I don't have anything like the Champions Park. I just want to reiterate that, Mr. Manager, you pass that along, and whatever those couple flaws we talked about, I know we're going to work on them. So, but it's being well seen. All I say is, God bless America and God bless our troops that are overseas, and that's all I got.
Thanks, sir. As for me, I don't know for a fact, but I heard that Commissioner Mazon drank about $1,500 worth of that liquor, so we might be able to tap his for some. I have nothing. Commissioner Long.
All right, I have a few things. We'll start with Juneteenth. That'll be a great event. Most of the food will be donated from a lot of people in the city. So free food. We're gonna have a cornhole tournament. We're gonna have softball out there. I think it's starting Friday night. They're gonna do a light softball tournament, and then Saturday at 2, they have a tournament. I think a couple teams from Williston, Orange Park, and Gainesville. They're gonna have a cornhole tournament and just music and fun and just a good get together. So everybody come out and have a good time. The following weekend, we have what we call Father Fest. The guy Sean Walker with Walking on Water Fishing Charter came to me with this idea about doing something for dads, but also for families. So the event basically is about giving away, we're gonna give away some fishing charters, we're gonna give away some details, we're gonna give away some, I think Pickett's giving away something as well. But just a day to come out, celebrate dads, celebrate uncles, men that do a lot in the community, do a lot for their family. And just we want music, we're gonna have beer. It's an evening event from 5 to 10, June 27th. But I think it's a good event for the city, something different. It'll be at the Briar Patch over there off of, what road that is? 46. So just come out and celebrate. It's a first time event, so we're trying our best with it, but for the best thing, it's about bringing families together and just taking care of our community as much as possible. So also 100 Black Men of Greater Gainesville having an annual aviation event. So you can go on my website or go on my Facebook or their website to sign your kids up. It's the same day, June 27th. But it's a morning event. So they take kids up to fly. It's a whole day event. They have food. It's a free event. You just sign your kids up. Normally it's kids from middle school to high school. So if your kids want to come out, my nephew went a couple of years ago and he just graduated high school and going out to pilot school this fall. So it's a great event. I think getting kids exposed to different things, get them opportunity to see what they can be is kind of our motto. So just trying to get people out, get kids out the house doing something different. They get to fly a little plane. I won't get up there again. I told that was the last time I get in them little bucket seats. But it's a great time for kids that don't have no problem with heights, but that's not my cup of tea. And Jordan, let's get you paid, as much as possible. We can't get the NHA to take care of that. But we should make sure you're taken care of for the most part. But other than that, that's it.
All right, aviation. I want to say Bucky with utility over there, director. He brought to my attention, and Donald just reminded me. We should put together like it's an AC. It's like a remote control for aircrafts. We should have something like that. That's actually pretty popular, and he just reminded me. So we should put something like that together in the city of Newberry over there at Champions Park. Not Champions Park, at Easton. I heard that we used to have one a while back. Monty, you may remember. You don't remember?
They didn't fly airplanes back then.
They didn't fly. That's my dad joke for the day, right there. But anyway, so you just reminded me. Bucky came to me, told me his son was doing something like that. I said it'd be great to have something like that and something for the kids to do. That's a good idea. Splash Bash, like Mr. Mack said, Mr. Chris Mack said, was a hit. It was phenomenal. I enjoyed myself. There was you were right. I think it was closer to like 100 kids out there. There was a lot of kids. And what's his name on top of that fire truck, which was an addition. That was the first time him doing that because the last time they had it on the ladder on the Quint. And it was, so he actually had that hose and he was chasing the kids with it. And the kids loved it. The kids loved it. They absolutely let it come up, get a cone, freezing. Can I get it? And then they go right back out to the water. And but that was a huge hit. Thanks, Melina. Thanks, Downtown Main Street. That was a good deal. The date, once again, is July 10th, August 7th, from 5 to 7, Seaboard Drive, downtown Newberry. Dallas, congratulations. For those that will go back and see the budget review, you'll see why Dallas gets his awards and why he does as well and why we appreciate him for what he does for the city of Newberry. And once again, thank you very much. MLK, we got some stuff going on over there. MLK has starting next Monday,
Motive 8U summer program for elementary. Monday and Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. My Time Summer Enrichment Program, Monday and Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. MLK Kids Program, Tuesday, Thursday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And Crystal, they'll have this on the website so that they can actually go back to it, and then if they need to have any questions on it. And actually, MLK have an arrangement with Bread of Mighty, which I'm sure both you guys, Marlo and Crystal, are aware of. Well, they'll be distributing food at MLK, and the date will be and the time will be disclosed on a sooner time or day. And you can actually go to MLK's website to find out that information. And then also back to school supply giveaway. It's kind of early, but taking place at MLK August 8th. Just so as a reminder. So I don't have a dad joke. That was pretty good with Monty's age because he is pretty old. But I do have a couple of riddles. What can travel around the world while staying in a corner? What's that? That's pretty good. A stamp. Yeah. What has a neck but no head?
A what?
A neck but no head. You should get this, Sean. A bottle. I'll see you at the next AA meeting. A bottle of soda. What has here's my favorite. This is my favorite. What has a bark but no bite? A tree. There you go. That concludes. That's all I have.
Mr. Chair, we don't have an airplane RC park, but we do have an RC park for remote control cars out at
RC.
Easton, right? And so anybody is welcome to use it. They do have tournaments out there. You can join that. I don't know how you join the tournament, but the park is there all the time. And then I also forgot to tell you, I will be giving all y'all cell phones to Assistant City Manager Jamie Jones. Just so you know, his work day starts at 4:30 in the morning, and that means your work day starts at 4:30 in the morning. Okay, have a great time while I'm gone. That's it, Mr.
You started 6, so I'm used to it.
All right, thank you. Meeting adjourned.
That was a good job, man.